Hello. Welcome back to the channel, man. Let's go. I got a nice little energy drink, Rain. Check it out. They're actually pretty good. I usually drink like Celsius's or like a sugar-free Red Bull, but my brother today was like, dude, I'm having one of these Rains, so decided to pick one up. But besides the point, I had a comment on my last video about what should I do before a boot camp. And I mentioned it briefly in my last video, so go check that out. But you should focus on HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Simple as that. I would really hit heavily maybe on HTML, CSS, and just dabble and see what JavaScript does. You don't want to spend too much time on it because from my background, the way it worked is I did HTML, CSS. You know, it's a little hard remembering all the little things it does, and it's going to click for you one day. I don't use that at all anymore because I'm in mobile development. But even with like React, or if you use Angular, which are frameworks for JavaScript, you're going to want to know some HTML and CSS. So pretty much if you're making a web page, you need to know this stuff, or websites, or whatever you want to call them. So yeah, HTML, what I would do, go on W3 Schools right here, w3schools.com. Go on HTML. This is how I started. I went through each one of these, H1, and I had my little code editor, something like, I don't even have it open, but something like VS Code or Sublime Text. I actually have an HTML intro, it's very simple, on my YouTube channel, so check that out. That will really get you started on how to essentially use your text editor and then get it on the web page and go from there. But I would just start using different tags, use all this stuff, and then once you kind of get bored with this, go to CSS. Check out how to change the color of like a title, or you know, like a little box on the screen, things like that. And then once you're kind of comfortable with that and you're like, man, this is sick, what is JavaScript? Because I got to JavaScript and it screwed me up, man. I'm kidding, it didn't. But it's way different. Like going from HTML and CSS, I don't even call that like a programming language per se. But once you get to JavaScript, like this is true coding. Like this is the stuff that's, let me see. I don't know what this is all about, but yeah, let, const, all that stuff, variables. Just go through this. Don't get disgruntled or upset when it's not making sense. It takes time, guys. It really, truly takes time. Like I said in my last video, you're not even going to be really proficient at the end of your boot camp. People can call me crazy, but no, this is coding is hard. It's hard, and I've been doing it for almost 4 years now. Like I said, I finished my boot camp in 2019 December, and I'm finally I'm still learning a ton, but things are making sense, and whatever. It takes a while, and everyone has different ways of doing things, so. They also have like all these SQL, Python, Java, PHP. Don't worry about any of that. You would use all that for like back-end information. But like if you were thinking about not going to a boot camp, definitely dive into these. Like maybe even if you just want to see what back-end code's all about, dive into these. Before boot camp, that if you're going to one that focuses on like JavaScript with like React or Angular, don't worry about the back end until they teach you it. Really, don't. It'll just blow you up. I would recommend looking at Bootstrap though. And I'm looking, they got 3 kinds now. Bootstrap 3 is the most stable version of Bootstrap. So as a developer, if you see stable, I highly recommend just using that because it's stable, dude. You don't want to be running B5. It's the newest version, but like, what if it blows up on you? You don't want that. Just use something that's stable. I clicked it. Yep, they got all this stuff. And what Bootstrap is you can pretty much make like cool app bars. Like, I'm sure maybe this is bootstrapped. You can make like a nav bar, and it's as simple as like, let me see, so Bootstrap nav bar. You can really just copy and paste this into your project, and you're gonna have a badass looking app bar. It makes it so simple. Highly recommend. Companies use them. I mean, why wouldn't you? It speeds up development time like crazy. Have a tab here, CSS Bootstrap. Cool thing about it is, look right here. It says mobile and desktop. That's great because when you're getting into development, and let's say you have a web page like this, let's say the user goes ahead and see, this is what this grid is doing right here that they're talking about. You're saying stack to horizontal. You can have all your columns, but if you're a user, you want your web page to resize and be adaptable. So I would look into this Bootstrap for sure. And another thing, Flexbox Froggy. There's other ways to place, content of your web page. One is CSS Grid, and another is Flexbox. And this is a fun little game I found actually through some guy on Udemy, I don't know what people call it, but that website, you spell it like this, udemy.com. Lots of cool courses here for like $10. I would check them out. Just type in like web development for beginners. Let's see what comes up. Sweet. Complete 2023 Web Development Bootcamp. So I actually bought one of these before I did the bootcamp. It's not the same as being in a bootcamp, but it definitely teaches you a lot, and I would highly recommend getting one. Colt Steele. I don't know much about Dr. Angela Yu, but these two guys, Colt Steele and Andre Nayog, I totally butchered that. They are awesome. They are awesome. I would highly recommend, especially this one. I did the Complete Web Developer in 2023 Zero to Mastery, and it was fantastic. I don't think they're going to get you ready to be employed because it's a lot, as a beginner, it's a lot of not thinking for yourself, and you're kind of just following what they say. But you can make it work. At the end of the day, just build projects, get uncomfortable, and just keep crushing it. So like I said, quick video today. Before you join a bootcamp, learn HTML, CSS, JavaScript. You'll be good to go. If you hate it, I probably want to get into this field. If you do like it, even just a little bit, keep grinding because you know what? It will change your life. So thanks again. Thanks for watching this video. Like, subscribe, and have a great day, everyone.